Oh no, hold on. I need to finish this PvP match. I'm gonna lose.
It's too late. We're already live. They can hear you.
God damn it.
Cool.
Oh no.
All right, welcome everyone. Somehow we're still chugging along. Definitely didn't miss last week, right, guys?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
We were
absolutely
here?
not. We were here. I just don't know if we were live. So, as usual,
Man, the weeks are a blur.
yeah, as usual, I don't think there is too much to talk about this week. We have some, I guess, minor news. There's some interesting news about Japan WGP. We're gonna go over some stuff about Madoka, and then I guess the big English topic. Well, I guess Madoka might fall in the English topic. We'll see what happens. But the biggest thing is Fujimi with their little update from Bushiroad. But I guess
18 erratas?
18.
Yeah, 18 erratas.
Only 18?
Somewhere around that range.
Damn.
Only 18, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I guess before we just jump into that, what have you guys been up to these last couple of weeks?
Me?
Yeah. What about you, Carmen? What have you been up to?
Playing Umineko, dude.
Damn.
That's about it.
Big brain game.
Big brain. Yeah, I
How
have no
big's your
idea.
IQ now?
Oh, I'm just bazillion.
A bazillion.
My brain's spilling. That's why I got the headphones on. It's gonna spill out my ears.
Oh yeah.
What about Nico, Dean? What have you guys been up to? Just mindlessly grinding Shadowverse,
You,
I assume?
you introduced me to this VN that I like. I'm like, wow, it's pretty good. I guess I'm just sitting down for like 3 or 4 days in a row and just power reading all of it.
Yeah, I did the same, so.
See, I have just been playing Shadowverse. There's like not really anything else. And I bought Pokemon Sword on the Switch. Game sucks. I mean, I went in knowing it was going to be bad, and then it somehow still let me down. Yeah.
Unfortunate. I actually been thinking of buying Pokemon on my Switch too, because I need more games to play. That or Dragon Quest. I haven't decided yet, but I was busy.
I told you, Kit. Dark Souls Remastered is on
Oh,
this.
kid, there's this cool visual novel you could be.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Oh no.
not that one.
Oh, no, I already got done playing 9-9. Now I'm waiting for what, episode 3 to come out over here.
Episode 3 never.
Very, very upsetting with Nico. 15% translated by Seikai Project. So we'll get it in 2021, I believe, right? If we're lucky.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Or whenever Sekai gets off their lazy ass and translates it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, by the time they translate it, I'll probably already know Japanese.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer I can wait, dude. 9-9 is so good for some reason. Holy crap, I was not expecting that for a VN.
I really was not either.
That's
Yeah.
the one you played because of all the ads we saw in
Yes.
Japan, right?
Every time we were in
Required
Akiba
for
or
it.
any place, we were just walking
It was
around.
everywhere.
There was
It was
ads
everywhere.
everywhere for it. And I was like, dang, this Chuni in this throne looks really sick. I want to play this game. Then we come back and find out it's a visual novel with multiple parts, and there was like 2 parts already translated in English. So yeah, been doing that, but yeah. Nothing else going on, right? Just
No,
Things are reopening.
Yeah,
It's
slowly.
happening.
oh yeah, don't you have
I went
locals
to the
now,
card
Carmen?
shop.
Dang.
Not yet.
Oh.
Soon.
I went to a
Yeah.
friend's house and played cards.
Dang.
Oh, hey.
I'm really bad at this game. I lost to P4 crossdressers and
Wait, I
Devil
remember when you
Survivor.
lost to that in New York a couple of years back.
Are
Yeah,
you
that
0-2
was-
against P4 cross-dressers now?
Yeah, I think he's 0-2.
Pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah. It was unstoppable. I've never seen a stronger deck in my life.
Dang. Well, I guess we'll just jump into the first topic. The first topic here picked up because we're going to start some rumors or sorta. So the first thing up is Heart of the Cards. If you're not aware, these are the people that run the Japanese circuit in America or in North America. And recently, just like 3 days ago, they posted that Madoka, Magia Record, is going to be legal now in the Japanese circuit. If you weren't aware, it was banned the last, 2-3 years or something? I forgot. I don't know
Yeah.
how long this
It
has
was-
been out.
When did... I guess Magia Record dropped in 2018, right?
Was it 18? Yeah. so
It was
it's been
either
2
it was either
years.
like mid 2018. It was like early 2019 at the latest.
I think it's been at least 2 years. I feel like I've been
Yeah.
sitting on this playset forever that I barely play.
I've never seen you play it.
I've seen Kit play it like twice.
Yeah, that's how often I've basically played it.
So the license is opened up now. It's free.
Yeah, so we're allowed to play it in the Japanese North American qualifiers, which is kind of interesting. I don't think it'll really do much other than, well, the anime set's coming out this year. Is it this year, right, they said?
Yeah, it comes out in end of July, 31st.
Yeah,
The
so,
booster.
barring any delays, I guess that'll be legal now in the North American WGP circuit, which will be interesting to see if Madoka does anything. When Record came out originally, it was like a decent set. I don't think it was like anything like too crazy, but it was just
made any waves.
It was just a decent, solid set that didn't do anything too broken, right?
It just gave him like a decent level 1 combo. Even by decent, I mean like power crept at that point, because it's not even a 7k Shimikaze. It's a 6-5 with a climax Shimikaze.
Yeah.
It gave him a really strong early play, and the Homura level 1.
The Madoka finisher was pretty good too, right?
Yeah, the Madoka finisher is also really good. They have like the really underrated card, which like scries on play, and then it can run to stock from level 2 onwards. Like it got decent support, but it's not like nowhere near like even A tier, I would say.
Scariest thing's that Witch early, the Wish early play, the Sayaka. That card's legitimately good.
Oh yeah, the Wish is actually pretty good.
Lightbear in chat saying Magia Record have that brainstorm restriction that meant you couldn't mix it with OG set at first. Did it? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
No, Lightbear, I think you're confused in that Magia Record only had its restriction to where, so if you lived in North America, you could still take Madoka Magica and Madoka Rebellion to Worlds. You just could not play any Magia Record cards.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, I think that's probably what he's talking about.
Yeah, you could take it to the national tournament, or not national, the Worlds tournament if you qualified, but you just couldn't play it in the national tournament for North America, which was really dumb. But I mean, licensing issues happen. Same reason we can't play Macross, even though there's no reason to ever play Macross.
Or
Godzilla, yeah. Oh wait, Godzilla's banned in English? I didn't even know that.
Godzilla is banned. Girlfriend Beta is also banned randomly.
Yeah. I remember that because there's no license here for it as well.
I think is Schoolgirl Strikers also on that ban list? I think it might be.
Yeah, it is. Because I remember that year I wanted to play Schoolgirl Striker. It was like 2017 or 16, probably 16, because that set is so old. And I really liked it for the way it played, and I wanted to play it that year, and I couldn't. It had to be, because that was the year there was like 2 Otsumatsus in top 16, which was really funny too. Like the deck was just solid, but like seeing, or maybe there was even 3 in top 16. It was weird, but yeah. But the biggest thing about this becoming legal in the JP circuit for North America is that stores recently got stores that sell JP product recently got order forms for a reprint of Record. And now that it's legal in North America, or in the English circuit, basically, it seems like there's a high chance that Record is going to get printed in English as well during this reprint for JP, because when JP announced a set like this before where it got a reprint, what was it? It was like there was Angel Beats Re-Edit that came out, and that got a print in English. And then, man, there was another time this happened where...
was it Sympho Gear?
No, it wasn't Sympho Gear.
Oh, that's right.
Thank God. 100%. There was another set that got a reprint in Japanese, and at the same time it got a reprint, the English booster was announced shortly after. Man, I can't remember what set it was. So,
it was Goblin Slayer, right?
Was it Goblin Slayer?
It might have been Goblin Slayer.
Might have been Goblin Slayer.
Because I think that happened with Goblin Slayer. But I'm also not a vendor, so I do remember something like that coming up with Goblin Slayer, though.
Yeah. So it seems like if I was a betting man, I feel like Magia Record is going to get announced in English sometime later this year.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's so.
This year. It might get announced this year, but I don't even think it's dropping until like maybe next year.
Yeah, maybe early next year. Because I feel like this is like a good opportunity for them, especially since they're doing the reprint of it, to release it in English, and then shortly after release the anime set shortly after the anime release in JP, right? Or even near the same time.
That's not going to be the thing. I told you what's going to happen, right? They're going to do like the massive Angel Beats like re-edit thing. The
They
English
have
version.
not done that
No.
in so long.
I wouldn't put it past them.
They did multi-live. Multi-live is like
Yeah, multi-live was kind
a
of like
similar product. Even lower effort than that, but a similar product nonetheless.
Oh yeah,
I don't
they
know.
combined all those trial decks. I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I don't I hate to say I don't care, but like I have no aspirations of playing Magia Record, I don't think, in
not
JP.
competitively. No.
Not competitively.
You haven't seen the
like-
anime cards yet, dude. What happens?
Yeah,
Cards are
maybe.
busted?
What
It's
happens if it's
possible, but,
literally
like-
what happens if it power crept data live cards?
Oh no.
Ooh, top
Get
check
hard
3, add all
punished
3
for
to
that
hand
Data
now.
Live playlist,
Broken.
place that. But like even for English, right? Like I can't foresee myself playing that deck, and even if I do, by some stretch of the imagination, there's some sort of back-to-back release. I mean, I'll just eat it and pay like $20 a Sayaka's Wish at that point. I don't want to like spec on like things that we can't predict Bushiroad anymore. Like every time I think they're gonna do something that makes sense, they just never do. So I'll be reactive. I'll pay the price, but I think it's good speculation though. It probably will come. Now Madoka's free money if you have the license. People love Madoka for good reason.
Yeah,
The
Madoka.
problem is I don't think Magia Record did too well over here. Like the
Probably
anime
not.
or whatever. Like I don't
Yeah.
think people were too receptive to it. Mobile game's still kind of going strong though, so
Yeah. I don't know. We don't talk about the adaptation.
nah.
Yeah, maybe the second half can salvage it. First half, did not enjoy myself. Other than just
I
more good
can't
Madoka
actually
music.
believe I would have to like. I keep telling you this, but like the phone game story is actually told better.
I'm sad they cut Homu from the first half.
She had a gat.
Annoying.
She threatened somebody
Yeah.
with a gat. It was cut. It wasn't good enough.
That is content made specifically for me personally. But yeah, unfortunate it would come out so late. It's like not as bad as Overlord. Overlord still stands a chance of like doing something, but
Yeah.
Yeah, Overlord's in that position
Overlord
of
has
being
still dated,
horrible.
right?
Hmm?
It's like Overlord has this niche of
Yeah.
being, like a powerful standby deck. Well, Magia Record is like, what does it really do?
It kind of loses to almost everything in the NA meta now, right?
Yeah.
So like let's say they released it today, or almost like let's just say they released it after Overlord. Still loses to AOT.
Yeah.
Loses to Overlord. Like it loses to probably like what Standby Sound, a couple other decks. Can't really think them off the top of my head, but like it doesn't do anything. Your level 1 combo is a generic Shimikaze. Your early play, your level 2 turn's kind of strong because you have early play Sayakas are pretty big.
Yeah, those
And
those
then
are really
your
good
level
for the
3
deck.
relies on reverses, which aren't that reliable in English because once again AOT,
Yeah.
Suba, all that. So
Madoka's like on reverse, clock kick, burn 3.
Justin McBride is right. Magia Record probably does not lose to Batman. So
Yeah.
You're right.
Don't know what does though. Or doesn't lose to, or does. What doesn't?
I believe in you, Carmen. You can do this.
not this Carmen.
What is worse than Batman?
I've tongue-tied
in
myself.
English?
Hold on. Yeah, what is worse than
Milky
Batman?
Holmes. Adventure
Milky
Time
Holmes.
Currently.
The Milky
Time
Holmes
currently.
demo deck and the Adventure Time demo deck probably would lose to Batman. Audrey, please don't say that. I already paid for a case of Relive in English. I
You mean
don't
JP?
I don't want to buy it in JP
Yeah.
or in JP rather. I don't want to buy it in English. I'd actually
Um,
play that.
I'd play that set too.
Relive
Holy
seems
crap.
fun. Yeah.
Relive is a solid set.
It is pretty fun.
There's like multiple good decks in that series, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Good set to have like a play set of.
Mhm.
Basically, you can build a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but it'd be really interesting if they bring back Madoka. I guess like the only reason they would bring back Madoka is they have access to the IP, and Madoka is just a sell. The name just sells basically, right?
Some
So,
money to
yeah.
cash in.
Yeah,
They
Overlord
would
seems
probably ensure to. They would be really smart of them to probably title a set almost similar to Overlord, except
Yeah.
not as dumb because if they just titled it Magia Record, people would be like, "What the hell is this?" But if they titled it like Madoka Magica spin-off Magia Record, that's
Isn't that
when
what
we're
it's-
like, "Oh,
Isn't that what it's
Yeah.
officially called? Something like that? It's not just called Magia Record, is it?
it's called." Well, I think the full title name on like the mobile game is like Magia Record: A Poema Magi Side Story.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's like that.
I don't even think Madoka's referenced in there.
Man, well, it'd be interesting.
I can check the title screen for you. I can launch the game.
It'd be interesting if like this does come out or whatever, and they're like trying to support some of the older sets. Does that mean like Key 20th Anniversary has a chance of coming?
Oh,
to
no.
Please don't.
Oh man,
They'd have to release all those sets over here, dude.
They wouldn't.
they would
Ian,
have to because
Charlotte.
it all works together currently. So
Yeah, that's
randomly
true.
you
could
get
just
a
build the anniversary deck.
yeah, you
Randomly,
get
Angel
an
Beats gets the boost. Yeah. But the
Power
other
creep
deck don't
compression beats, dude. Broken.
All right, let's see here. I think that is that. Unless you guys have anything else to add about Madoka.
Nah.
No.
Yeah.
I do think English is likely, though, just to cap that off, just because it's free money. It's just free money.
Mm-hmm.
I personally am not interested in it. I don't think it'll do much, but yeah, not. I think it'll come eventually if they have the ability to do it in one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe the anime set is self-contained enough to like be a functional set on its own.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Magia Record was like that. You don't run up too many of the old cards. So
yeah, just the Homo Free Fresh really, and Wish.
Home of Free Fresh, like anti-change counter, Wish,
Yeah,
and some decks occasionally splash in like the Homura promo, which clock kicks on play.
yeah. So like 3 cards, 4
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah, I mean, anime release will probably like invalidate some of those cards unless they have like key names, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So. All right. The next big thing that happened recently here was the apology for all the erratas found in the most recent
boy.
set.
Oh, boy.
Fujimi, Fantasia Bunko. So,
Yeah.
Bush Road, Weiss Schwarz, the English website released. Yeah, this is
We're
dated.
sorry.
This
We're
post is
sorry.
dated the 30th, and today's the 29th. These guys in the future. All right. Anyway.
To be fair, isn't that
I
like
gotta publish an errata for there.
Yeah, they got to publish an errata
Oh
for
my
the
God.
information post. No,
I
yeah,
mean,
their office is
we
in
got an
Singapore, so
apology,
they're-
right? That means
yeah.
that like at least enough people
Yeah, at least
Like,
enough people
complain.
say, like, yeah.
that they're like, okay, maybe, just maybe we can't continue. The problem is, usually with like things like this, like these cards,
Mhm.
a lot of the stuff is printed way ahead of time, right?
Yeah.
Like, so it may take like two more boosters before we start to actually see any improvement if they actually do respond to all the angry
Mhm.
letters.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. This one, we do always get an apology. I was looking in chat.
Do we always
However,
do
I don't think we always.
Yeah,
Do you sure?
there's
I
always
feel
like a thing that said we're dedicated to fixing it, but this one did have a little bit more of a punch to it than the previous one.
Yeah, so I'll just read this really quick. So it just says, Dear Weiss Schwarz Meisters, I don't know when we became Meisters, but thank you for the continuous support. The errata for Fujimi Fantasia Bunko has been updated on our website. It has come to our attention that there has been a lapse in our development process that has resulted in an unusually high number of errata for our recent releases. We deeply apologize for our products that have high number of translation errors, and at the same time, we would like to reassure players that we are aware of the gravity of this issue. We will we'll be taking additional steps to improve our translation process for the future products to prevent such incidents from happening again. I feel like this is the first time they ever made a post like this, though. Like, I mean, I feel like maybe
Yeah,
one
like,
off,
actually-
like, oh, sorry, we
yeah.
fucked up on this one card. But this one's just like a straight up formal apology to the community. Which I
Yeah,
think
and
is
it's
a-
referencing that people are angry,
Yeah,
which is yeah.
I think it's like a really big step forward for hopefully getting these issues resolved in the near future. I think Dean's a little bit right too that like a lot of these sets get printed in advance, so it might be a couple sets before we start seeing an improvement.
We have to get through that 25 errata set first.
Oh, man. I
Ugh.
can't wait for
Bang,
Keep ratcheting it up.
Dream comes out, every card is misprinted, and you're just like, oh.
Oh man,
I can't wait for the tie to read something like just add 3 cards to your hand.
Yeah, just add 3.
that shit would be so good. we have a completely different meta because the translation just never gets fixed, or there's no errata for a certain card effect. That'd be pretty good memes. Didn't that happen? I'm not super familiar with the Vanguard community. Maybe someone in chat is, because I don't think any of us play Vanguard. But I think at some point in time in English, there was a Vanguard card that was translated incorrectly. And they kept it that way for like a long time. And because it was translated incorrectly, it changed the meta completely in English. But I don't follow Vanguard at all. I just remember hearing this at some point and at a card shop when I was in California. But I could be wrong. But it'd be really interesting if something like that happens, where there's a mistranslation and no one ever fixed it, and it like completely changes how like everything's played. That'd be kind of interesting to see how that would develop.
I mean, I think Bushiroad, for a lot of the really game breaking ones, they're usually on top of that, right? I think the only other one they may have missed was like, how long was the ReZero Set 2 out prior to
Quite a while.
WGP New Jersey? Was it?
Quite a while.
I think no one really made a fuss about that card until literally Dean top date with that deck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I was called a filthy cheater, and I was so confused.
Yeah, Dean just like,
There's
I
only
read my
one
own
way
card.
we could win.
Yeah, I just remember we were like reading this shit at the end of the tournament. Like we've already like Dean's got third, I got second or whatever. Jason got first, and then we're looking at chat and we're like, "Oh, Dean, did you realize your card was like mistranslated this entire time?" And he's been playing it like the Japanese one the entire time because he only played the Japanese deck before this, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't read my cards.
True, not a lot of people do read their cards.
Well, I mean, like if you play the deck in Japanese, why would I
there's
read
no
my
reason
English
to, right?
card,
Yeah.
right? It's like that's a waste of my time.
I mean, I made this argument last time we did this, so I won't delve on it too long. But there's the argument where when you have so many errata and what is printed on your card is not the effect, what does it matter what language it's in? You can't rely on the card to be correct anyway.
Yeah.
So you might as well memorize everything and buy cheaper cards. And I think Bushiroad is finally starting to understand with this that their artificial delineation, like separation of the game between English and JP formats by refusing people to allow to play Japanese versions of cards at events, or even going all the way down.
I don't think that's Bushiroad's fault, my dude.
Well, sort of.
Well, I'm talking about Japanese versions of English cards.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the fact that you can't play like any other card game. Like you can play like
in Magic and stuff
like
that.
in Magic, like you can
No,
play
you
any
can't.
language card.
Carmen, you're actually wrong though. In Yu-Gi-Oh,
What, in Magic? Well, in Yu-Gi-Oh,
In Magic, you
it's
can.
OTP.
Yu-Gi-Oh's different.
Yeah, I
They
was
have two
talking
different
mostly
formats,
about
right?
Magic. Yeah, they're
Because
different formats.
I remember I
But
was
it's
at a GP for Magic, and like literally someone played a card that had no text on it, and I had to call Judge over it so I can confirm what the effect was.
Yeah. They're just full art, like cryptic command and shit.
I was just like, what does this do?
But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that really breaks down when you have this giant errata list where effects are just blatantly wrong and stuff like that. Like when you create that kind of line, like
Because
it's not that
almost
bad
like-
for us. It's not
Yeah.
that bad for us. It's a lot worse for more casual players and everything. It's such a bad look for the game in the long run.
I don't even agree with that statement though, and I don't want to give like Bushi too many legs to stand on here, but it's almost similar to like a ban list, right? I was like, let's say you've never heard of Yu-Gi-Oh before. You buy some like random packs or something your local game store had, and I'm gonna use this as an example because I know it was on their like thing at one time. So like, let's say you're just like, I'm gonna run Exodia, and I'm gonna run all 3 limbs of Exodia, like 3 of each to make it super consistent. And then you come to find out and be like, no, that's an illegal deck. You have to read this giant ass ban list to see what cards you can and can't play and like how many qualities there are. And Magic's the same way. It's like Weiss doesn't have the ban list. I mean, we do.
Yeah, we have the errata
We
list.
have the poor gorilla on there. We have the errata list. That's the problem with Weiss.
Well, I think
I don't know.
The biggest thing, though, I think when it comes to a competitive player, like none of that matters because we're gonna seek out
Yeah, it
information.
doesn't matter to competitive
I
players.
think at the
all.
casual level, which was what Carmen was mostly focusing at, is that like
Yeah.
if I'm a new player coming to this game and I'm like, oh, this card does this, and then I sit down for my first ever shop tournament and I'm learning the game and having fun, and then 4 people tell me 5 different cards in my deck do completely different things because they're
Yeah, it feels really terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just feels like, why am I going to spend money on a game where the company doesn't have any like
Any quality control?
yeah, any quality control. Like if the company doesn't care about the game, why should we care about the game, right?
Yeah.
Not to be like such a like Debbie Downer or whatever. Like I don't want to be too
I agree
negative
with
on
that,
Bushiroad.
But I think we've already kind of covered this ground in one of our previous podcasts.
Yeah, and
They
one of
have
our
no good
podcasts,
QC, and they really need to fucking fix that shit.
Yeah, I hope that this
With this announcement, at least
yeah.
there's a sign of hope that maybe
Yeah.
they're gonna start to fix it, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I feel like if in the next like 6 or so sets, if we still don't see any improvement, like I feel like I kind of lose hope at that point.
Yeah.
Do you guys think they'll ever let us use like JP cards in English though? Now
No.
they brought it up.
No, never. They love that thing. There's a big
Separation.
cost difference and stuff like that. They need to preserve their brand. There are licensing issues. Like, yes, it is the same card, but they are split in a certain way. Like, I understand why they can't. It's just like it creates that argument, the giant errata list, right? It's like if you're gonna say to travel to play this game, to play in a shop challenge or higher, you need to be aware that there are 100 and there are like 200 cards, pushing 200 cards where the text printed on them is incorrect in some way. That's just like, I don't know. I think that's completely ridiculous. Like a small handful of cards, maybe, but like
I mean, but
200
you're pulling from 8 years of 8 years of like a company. Okay, and also some of those erratas like don't really do anything. They're like shelf.
Yeah, they're
Some of them
grammar
are
and
just like
stuff.
some of them are like grammar.
So that, I don't want to attack them over that, but yeah, I do understand, but like I say, like I think when you're like 200 cards, that's like half.
It's a bit disingenuous, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like
I don't know.
J Dubs in chat like makes a good point. Like if they're gonna print cards specifically separately from the JP market, because like the most recent set, 20th anniversary, had cards in it specifically for overseas markets only, because of card art and stuff like that. Like if they're gonna take the time to do that, like, wait.
Well, can you already do that in Vanguard? I'm not familiar with their other games. Like, are you allowed to use
No,
JP
I don't
cards
think-
in Buddy Fight or Vanguard?
I don't think you can. Yeah, but I mean, like if they're gonna do that already,
No.
like why are they splitting these card markets up like this? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's a lot more of a Magic thing when I say that, as it is the most popular card game.
Well,
Yeah.
doesn't
Over
Yu-Gi-Oh!
here.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of sort of allows it? Like, I know you can't mix Korean and Japanese, but you can mix like English, German, Spanish, just so long as you have like all
Yeah.
the regulations
Yeah.
available.
It has to do with OCG versus TCG, right? Because it's like OCG has more cards in different packs. So as long as they're selling the TCG packs, then they're happy. I mean, so this is the same thing with English versus Japanese. Why would they ever let you use a Japanese card in an English tournament? There's no reason to. They're not big enough to have like French cards, so that's why we don't see people playing French Weiss cards.
We did get Chinese cards though for Card Captain Sakura.
Are you
Only Card Capture Sakura.
Yeah. Maybe in the future English. Well, wait, Batman Ninja didn't get Chinese set, right?
No, it did not.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it did anyway.
Wow, I want my Chinese
I know.
Batman Ninja set.
Oh man, that'd be good.
Do you really want to buy 2 play sets of Batman Ninja?
I already bought Batman Ninja once, dude. Nothing's stopping me.
Oh god.
It's a good set. It's got good cards.
Unbeatable as the Monkey Horde deck.
Monkey Horde. Broken.
Fate, don't remind me. I mean, I can see why they took the SR art out of the foreign release though. Don't want to roll into your locals and be like, yeah, look at my max rarity key anniversary deck. All
But you
these
can play that
naked
cool
girls everywhere.
You can play that cool no game no life runner. It's my favorite card art in the game.
Which one?
The Shiro runner from No Game No Life, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
The
the
Japanese
foil
yeah.
the foil that's really good.
Oh wait, is it from the shitty Tori game where they like have no clothes on?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. It was the best card they've ever printed in Vice.
The best card. All right.
Oh my god.
Jesus. Yeah, but yeah, I think in the end, I hope Bushiro does do something about their translation issues, or at least their quality issues. Hopefully, this is kind of like I don't want to like I guess like kick in the rear to them. They're really gonna start looking at it more often because like I think we've said before as well. Like I think a lot of the people in the main Bushiroad office in Singapore, I think almost all of them are literally only play Vanguard type of thing. They like all play the Vanguard. They all play Buddy Fight, but no one like touches Weiss Schwarz, which is weird. I think because like wasn't one of the I forgot who told me this. Maybe it was one of you guys or something who talked to someone else. Like one of the reasons that, like the English version kind of like got up and off the ground was because a lot of like Singaporeans were asking for it or something. Or no, was that for some other set that came out that we were like, why did the set even come out?
Because
you keep cutting in and out. You might want to fix
Yeah.
it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So what was that?
Yeah. Repeat what you just said.
it was just like I forgot what was this over. Maybe it was over a set, not necessarily English itself, but like how Singapore had a very strong like they were able to make a lot of the decisions on what sets came out or something, or whether English came out at all. Like they were asking for it more than any other place. So like weird things would come out like Haruhi and stuff when it was like obviously not relevant anymore.
Oh, that was supposedly back when the game started. They were like throwing out surveys at like conventions, like because you know how they have like a demo booth at like ASEN and other.
Oh yeah, I
cons?
remember that because I filled out some of those before as well.
Yeah, and what happens is yeah, there are people that play the game, but then there's also like random weebs being given this check down box of anime at an anime convention. They're like, I love Haruhi, and they hit that check mark box, and they're like, so many people in Haruhi, there's no way this is gonna flop. And like you have like your 2007 cards in 2013, and then you're
English
buying.
Haruhi came out after 2013, my dude. It came out like 2015, 2016.
Yeah, and then you're like some bright-eyed new player, and you're like, I can't wait to buy these new set Haruhi cards, and then yeah, you get your set, and you're like, why is my set worse than a TD? This is some bullshit. So
Why is their best finisher a common card?
the best
Damn,
finisher
yeah.
comes in the TD?
You're right.
Yeah, Trouble Girl.
That's a truly crippled set.
That it is.
All right. I think we kind of beat that to death already. All right. So actually, I think this was announced today. Let me see. I have it opened up here. Yeah, I think this was announced today. So Japan's WGP 2020 circuit is looking way different this year. I think we talked about this the last cast, where Japan was basically they canceled the normal WGP just because of obviously all of the stuff going on. And they recently released their circuit this year, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of similar to how the North American circuit runs, except a lot more. I don't know. There's a lot more stages involved in this, I guess is the best way to put it. So for those that aren't aware of it, it's normally in Japan, it's like North America. There's regionals. You win a regional, you get to qualify for the national tournament. Then at the national tournament, the winner of that goes to Worlds. Whereas in English, it's if you win a regional, you go to Worlds instead because we only have one other tournament. So WGP this year, how it's going to work is that there's going to be multiple shops in each region. They're going to run multiple events, and the winners of those specific events, like first place, if there's, I believe, 23 or less people in an event, or given slots, then it's the first place gets to go to the next event, and if it's over 24 or more, then the top two get to go to the next stage. The second stage of the event is actually another shop event where all the winners of those events get to play each other there. And I believe the winners of those shop events move on to the third stage, which the third stage are a regional event. So like everyone in the specific region will be playing against each other, and the winners of those regional events will move to the final stage, which is the national tournament. And the winner of that, I guess, qualifies for WGP 2020. Or I don't know if they're actually going to have like a World Grand Prix tournament this year after nationals, because they really haven't said much beyond this, because they just published this and they said there's going to be more information coming soon about how it's going to work and everything. So I think this like format's pretty interesting. What do you guys think about it?
It doesn't really impact us over here.
Yeah,
it seems a little. I'm not a fan of this because it's like in poker like terms, it would be like the super satellite to get into the satellite tournament to get into the main tournament, but the main tournament's also a satellite to this other tournament, and it's just I'm not.
It's like a never-ending chain.
Yeah, it's a never-ending chain.
Yeah.
And I think
like
it's
my
fine
big thing.
for
I'm not
Japan,
like.
right?
Yeah, Japan's fine. Like, I'm just not a fan of it because it's like it takes away from the victory, because all your victory is like, okay, you can go to this other one to play against these people, and then your victory there doesn't mean much of anything because you're just going to go to the higher one to play against the other people, and
It's also impossible because I don't know how you're supposed to win a locals.
God damn it.
Being honest here.
Man, Kuhn, I hope they don't.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's at least
I
interesting.
hope they
like,
don't implement it over here.
At least they're trying to do something right this year, because they can't do their normal events, because their normal events, like, they get like over 300 players or whatever, and it's just like there is no way they're going to be able to do that with all this stuff going on. I think it's interesting that they're at least trying to implement this. And the biggest thing I'm wondering about, like you guys are kind of leading on, is like, is something like this going to happen to us for our like Bushiroad Championship Series? Are we going to start seeing small regional qualifiers for a bigger tournament and so forth?
You think Hotsy would change?
No, I just assume
No.
You mean for English?
Yeah,
okay,
English
okay. It's not going to
specifically,
affect
yeah.
Hotsy stuff at all. I don't.
Yeah, I think Hotseas won't, or like Heart of the Cards stuff for our WGP this year. I think it probably won't happen, because like
Probably not.
We make the same complaint every year. Like, the store we are at is just so tiny, and like, there's no way you're gonna fit like 80 people in that store and be like, yeah, don't worry, it's completely sanitary, guys. No, you're not gonna catch anything here, right?
That's a blows my mind that, like, just rent a fire hall. You can move. You go to conventions to sell stuff, right? You're an anime store. Like, you have to have some sort of portable, like, con setup. Go take that to a fire hall where even the smallest random fire halls that you rent for like $200 can hold like 120 people without problem. But whatever.
Does it better than that little store. This is my first time. Last year was my first time at Nationals. That store was
It's something else, right?
Base was at a premium.
Yeah.
Same.
Man, I just, every year we just go out in the cold and sit out in the cold, because it's way better than sitting in that
that's
store.
that's literally all we did after every
yeah,
match.
between
We're just
every
like,
round.
yeah, let's just go outside for 20 minutes.
I would rather freeze
Yeah.
than
I mean,
be inside the store.
I think like what Audrey said in chat is right. Like, the Hammer Girl can't afford not to have like these people there to buy all their product and stuff. That's like that's the only reason
imagine
they
if they
do it.
moved some of their product over to the fire hall.
Yeah.
That,
Wow.
Sold it at a
requires
markup
real
or
work and
something.
care.
Yeah.
That's too much for me.
And sold it at con prices that people would
That's
still
what I'm saying,
buy.
at a markup, yeah.
Like, there's just so many little easy solutions that I don't want to get into that. That's just like,
that's
after running events in the Smash community for so long at like really large events, like it's just like they just don't want to. Like, they know there's no reason not to. They just don't want to. So there's no can't. They just don't want, and they make the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate, but kind of get back on topic.
Yeah, I didn't know you meant for English.
Yeah, for English. Do you think something can come of that, at least for, I guess, our Bushiroad Championship Series, if we're even going to continue the Championship Series this year? I kind of have a feeling we're just going to drop it completely soon. Like,
man, it's going to be like what Tony said, dude. Certain spots are going to be an absolute fucking bloodbath. Like Cali, us, holy shit.
Yeah. I think
For
what's
English,
another?
if we get that.
Yeah, for English, maybe even Texas. Texas would also probably be
I mean-
just a huge bloodbath.
Because
I
I
think
think
they
that's
have a
why they're
bunch of
doing
over
this,
there.
right? Like satellite, chain.
Mhm.
Like it's to cut down on the number of people at your event.
Yeah.
Like the more exclusive your small chaining events go, right? The smaller your higher profile events are. So like, yes, it does make it feel bad, but it's a way to sidestep player concerns. I think is that like that's like the main thing. And like,
Yeah.
and their whole country's smaller than the size of California. Like, it doesn't like it's a lot more easy for them than it is for us over here. So
Hmm.
I don't know.
Do you
I'm
think?
sure that like I don't know.
I mean, if they implement something like this, like well, from what it sounds like from the website, is that you're gonna have multiple events. That doesn't say specifically they're gonna all happen on the same day. So does this make it sound like you have multiple events you could sign up for and hopefully have multiple chances to get through? And then does this process of having to play in multiple
Wait, you can
events?
gatekeep in this format? Oh boy.
Kind of
Oh,
sounds
no.
like it. But does it also? It kind of seems like, at least to me, maybe I'm overthinking this, but like with these many like tournaments in a row you have to get through, like does this kind of like weed out like anyone getting in by luck, like oh, I just came with my 8-2 soul deck and got lucky that day, but now you have to win like basically 3 events in a row to get to nationals.
We'd have to wait on how Japan does it, but isn't Japan a big fan of gatekeeping? I know in fighting games, there's a lot of gatekeeping in that in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like just even following the Dragon Ball Fighters World Tour. Shout out to Dragon Ball Fighters, cool game. Not really, but like there's multiple high level players who are just like, yeah, I just came here to gatekeep other people. We're getting on this World Tour.
That's so funny.
They're like,
Yeah.
I already qualified in a good seed for the World Tour. I'm just here to make sure other people don't qualify.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I think I would be doing the same thing too if I was make sure like Sonic Fox doesn't get there or something. At least make it hard for him. But yeah, I guess it'll be interesting to see how these tournaments actually end up resolving. And I mean, as more information comes out and these events do happen, we can kind of follow along and see if maybe in the future this would be like an interesting idea to like do as something. I guess if something like this ever happens again, but I feel like this is a once in a lifetime type of event. But yeah, let's see. Whoops, close this. Let's see here. All right. So yeah, but I mean, speaking of like these qualifiers and stuff, like, do you think Heart of the Cards is even going to do anything this year? I think it's just dead, right? As far as the Japanese side for North America goes.
There might be a chance for it, depending on how everything works out. If I had to like mandatory put money on it, they're probably canceling it.
Yeah.
Just because, like, even
When does it end up starting? Like,
it's like midsummer.
yeah, like
late summer
early
to like early
September.
fall. Yeah.
Like early September, I think, was when they started.
hmm
That's like I can see most states, right, are probably going to be at least in.
Starting to reopen.
They're like starting. Like I know we're like on the. We're allowed to
think
have
phase 2.
outdoor restaurants. Like
Yeah.
we can have outdoor seating at restaurants starting next week on the 5th.
There's still like the scope of how big a card game.
Yeah,
is
exactly. Like it's like naturally a game where like people are gonna pick up each other's cards. Like there's a lot of interaction. You're sitting 2 feet away from somebody.
Filthy weebs.
Yeah. It's not a good look. But like if nationals is the only thing that's just like always a clusterfuck, that itself is a long way off. So maybe they'll bank on it's just like, well, our regional events are fairly small, capping out in non-California at like 30-ish people maybe at maximum.
hmm
So like maybe they're willing by that time to say let's start, but I mean like, you know, we have no way of knowing. Just gonna have to take it as it comes.
It's all going to be done via tabletop simulator.
Oh
Ooh,
no.
my favorite application.
I can't play in any regionals anyway, so I'm not allowed.
Ooh,
Banned.
the champion's curse.
Yeah, the
champion's
champion's
curse.
You're not even allowed
You're
to play
n-
regionals anymore.
You're not
You
allowed to
go.
gatekeep. This is bullshit.
You have to go. That's like the worst curse. Like you have to. Not only can you not play, you have to run the event. It's like very cool. Thank you.
Oh, it's an honor, Mr. President.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh man. I mean, if it starts opening up, like, oh man, like I'd be really interested to see if anything does come of the North American WGP circuit. I just like personally, I just can't imagine it happening at all. Like maybe they do some local stuff this year to keep people interested. Like, hey, we'll have like local regional thingies, and like the winner of that gets like some kind of prize or something. But at the same time, I guess Japan still kept the name World Grand Prix, right, for their 2020 this year. So I wonder if they're still hopefully planning to have a Worlds tournament. I think it'd be really weird too if.
I think that might depend on the status of like if we get a working vaccine and shit, and just like the general situation of how like the real world's panning out at that point.
Yeah.
Because like I know, just having a couple buddies in Korea and just getting some info from there, like Korea was one of the first countries to kind of beat that in a sense, but like there's a second wave that's starting to slowly hit. So
I'm really afraid of that.
Like we all kind of have to play it by ear to see how it goes.
Thankfully, around here at least in Pittsburgh, we've been a lot more on top of it than other places from everything I've been hearing. Even with us going to green, people are still acting very cautiously from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Comparatively to what I've heard, right? And seen of other states. So hopefully we won't get it that hard, but like some states, like what was it? Was it Wisconsin? Open back up and people were right back in bars and stuff like that, and it's just like, wave 2. You're our test case.
What'd you say, Dean?
Takes a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I think I saw the same. I don't know if the headline's true, because who can know nowadays? But like, Alabama and Mississippi apparently had a surge in cases after they started to reopen. So
Makes sense.
yeah,
That is how it works.
mm-hmm. Pandemics are pretty cool.
Yeah. It's all just a big game of Plague Inc.
Oh man.
Oh man. Hold on here. All right. Really quick, if you guys aren't in our Discord, I guess pretty soon we'll be taking questions, because like I said, we don't have a lot to talk about this week. We'll talk about a couple more things, and then we'll start taking some questions, and then we'll probably close it out from there. But if you haven't, there's a Discord link in chat. I will only take, well, for the most part, we'll take questions from Discord first when we do that soon. So go ahead and join up there, and you can post in the questions channel. But yeah, I guess we'll move along from this. So it was this week 20th anniversary drops, right? I know Nico's getting it. Wait, Carmen, did you get it too? I forget.
No Summer Pockets cards I passed.
Okay.
But
so
My investment in Charlotte is finally paying off, dude. That mistake I made 4 years ago, I'm seeing the prices now, and I'm just like, oh.
playing the long game.
That deck, like when you were playing it, when we were testing it, when there was only like a couple cards out, I was like, this deck seems pretty dope. I don't want to play.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we were only testing with like a bare shell. I didn't even test it with like all the good cards, because now they're like,
there's a real brainstorm.
Yeah. You have like this climax swapper and a whole bunch of other stuff. So now I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, I literally like took the reveals from that one day and just like shoved them into the standard shell and started playing it on TTS. And it ended up being like fine.
Yeah,
and then they added a bunch of better cards. So seems like it's going to be super cool. Charlotte's definitely the only set within that I'm even remotely interested in. It's the only thing that looks neat.
Well, yeah, they had like a super strong floodgate card, right? So that's like the reason it's super relevant, right?
What do you mean by floodgate card?
Oh yeah, your opponent not being able to deal auto damage isn't
Okay,
a
yeah,
straight
yeah.
floodgate.
Yeah.
That's like
Okay,
a Yu-Gi-Oh
I'm not
tier
understanding
floodgate.
Okay. Well, I don't know what floodgates is in Yu-Gi-Oh because everybody also conflates floodgates to combo pieces. So
No,
like,
floodgates are cards that stop your opponent from being able to play the game.
okay.
It's like anti-salvage and Vice is probably the closest thing to a floodgate, but like anti-burn everything is like also seen as like a floodgate. Because like, what does your opponent do against that?
Yeah.
Like, if they come in and they're
The good
playing,
meme you have on the screen
That's
there.
a good
It's
one.
actually,
I
Yeah,
gotta,
I gotta
put
love
this
that
up.
one. Shout out
Randall
to
made
Randall.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw
That
this
one's
earlier
very
today,
good.
and I was like, "This is a good meme."
I just love that now face. I love that now face. Those were on the sleeve. That was the sleeves we were testing with back then.
Oh man, the spike in this set is insane. But yeah,
There was an interesting conversation on the Discord about that, to where I think it was Ian and a couple other people just kind of said like, yeah, Charlotte almost seems like the type of deck that like, while it still has its really rough matchups, it just automatically defeats other matchups because they just shut off everything they can do.
oh yeah, because they start off front attacks too. Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, because they stop off front
really
attacks
stuff.
too.
Yeah. Stop front
And then
attack,
it's
stop turn.
hexproof too, so you're just like, cool, I'm running
And-
this bouncer. You're just like,
All
gotta
right,
bounce
boys.
macro first, buddy.
Well, what's
Yeah, you
crazy-
got front two.
What's crazy about the Charlotte too is unlike Neg Soul Walls where you just bounce it and come back, the timing on the can't front attack is beginning of combat step. You're just like, what the fuck?
Well, I think a lot
Yeah.
of people also forget that when you do the effect, it's not like a lot of those other cards, because when you drop the pants, you also deck thin by one. Because
Yeah.
you search for
So-
a character.
So you're saying is you have a rough Haruhi matchup because they do the changing room card and they put your cards in the back row.
Oh yeah, I guess
But
so.
now also the top check adds too. So
Yeah,
Depending on how lucky
literally
they are.
with how the card is designed, you're literally digging for copies of the climax. So
yeah.
look, obviously Overlord's the answer. It kills the entire front row, right?
oh, you're right.
Does nuke it.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. I'd be very scared to run up against that deck, like randomly.
It does nothing against Day Live, which is Neg Souls it while side attacking for damage.
Yeah, all I can do is stock swap them and kill them the next turn when they're out of pants. I'm sure Data Live will find a way. It's fine.
Yeah.
Was there anything else interesting in the set? I still haven't looked through all the cards. I just saw
Angel Beats, I
everyone was
think,
trying to
got,
buy
a
the.
decent Brainstorm, and they
Yeah.
got like a level 3 combo, a workable level 1 combo. They have like pretty shitty standby targets for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe somebody in chat could explain it to me that's smarter than me. And I think we had this discussion internally. It's like the UEPR that's like pay one, send to waiting room is like $20 or $30 fucking dollars or some shit.
Infinite.
It's
Infinite,
just it's pay one infinite hand fix because you have hand encore, right?
Yeah.
Where are you getting the stock in this deck to do that?
Don't worry, dude. We don't talk about that part of the
Trigger
deck.
choice.
alright?
Oh,
They have
just
choice.
Trigger is
just
choice,
Trigger
you're
the
right.
choice trigger, dude. Oh,
Trigger
my
the
bad.
choice.
My bad.
Just trigger the choice. Brainstorm twice every turn. You don't have to.
Broken dude. That's
Fuck,
what
brainstorm
they call
twice.
it. Deck speed
Yeah.
is what they call it.
Video
Oh,
game
It is
has
an
to
interesting
correct, so, like,
interaction.
Hexproof does kind of stop the now a little bit because now it targets. So like it's still got a really rough Psychono matchup.
Hell
They
yeah!
barely print-
What a
they
good
barely
investment by
print,
me.
Hexproof though. Like Hexproof is so rarely printed at this point.
It's literally in one of the strongest sets in the meta though. That's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, but that like
Yeah.
Bushiroad moved away from what they used to do, where it's like almost everything was getting hexproof.
Mhm.
Though, given the fact that we're having power creep again,
Well, now it's
I
not really
can't wait
hexproof.
for
It's like
can't
the
wait-
pseudo hexproof shit, right? Because it's like they're giving like Love Live and like Madoka those early plays where it's like, okay, in this card's battle, you can't back up, you can't counter, you just can't play the game.
You can't interact in this card battle.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So they're printing like these pseudo hexproofs. I think that's what they're moving to now for a lot of those cards.
Just wait. Data Live. Like
Oh.
1-0 event. Your entire board gated hexproof until end of turn.
Of course, why wouldn't
I'm
it?
waiting
be?
for it. Why wouldn't they have that card?
Let's see here. And then, did you talk about Rewrite? Did Rewrite get anything? I wasn't paying enough attention.
Rewrite didn't really get anything. They got a lot of like
unfortunate.
individual deck support.
I saw they
If you
got
can- You can call it that.
yeah.
It got like the
Oh.
racist deck got like a Rize and got like a workable level 1 combo.
Yeah, that's the one
Um,
with what's her name, Kanagi or whatever her name is. I forget.
Kotaro,
Kotori and
Kotori, and Kagari.
Kaguri. Yeah, there we
Um,
go. They
Gaia
have like the
got
fake.
another honor verse salvage combo because sure, why would they need anything else? They'll just give them a fucking another honor verse. I think it's literally just Chica, except it's on a gate instead of a stock soul.
All right.
And yeah, I think that's it. Like the Guardian, I don't actually even think got anything.
They got the
Like,
that
got a
coffee
couple
combo, right?
things.
Though, like the fake Goblin Slayer combo, or is it
Did
Goblin
they?
Slayer? Or yeah, it's on the 1-0. I think you said it earlier.
Mm.
Is it on book? And then you just search for coffee and add it to your hand.
No. That's Kagari, Kotori, and Kotaro.
Yeah.
Guardian is Shizuru and Lucia. I don't even think those guys got anything. Like anything like worth talking about.
I mean, their deck is already pretty solid, so they probably just ignored those characters mostly, right?
Yeah. It's probably more options if you wanted to build like the anniversary deck or whatever. Not actually just individual rewrite support outside of the Kagari, Kotori, and Kotaro stuff.
Little
Yeah.
Busters got shafted, right? They didn't get anything.
Mm-mm.
I didn't see
They already
any.
had a functional deck, though, right?
Yeah.
I think from this is just like secondhand information, but reading the Discord, they said the Twins deck got buffed, but like the main deck didn't really get too much.
Yeah, I wasn't paying much attention to Little Busters, like at all. So twins got buffed, you said, and then
Allegedly.
Allegedly?
I haven't read the full card list yet.
what about
Yeah.
Clanad? Did it get anything? Because it seemed like it got a lot
They
of cards.
did. They did. Clan got a lot of cards, but I
Wasn't
don't.
their deck
think
like
it-
okay? I don't even remember because their deck was like 90% PR cards at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't
Something
even
like
remember
that.
what the deck was like
seemed
resolved.
fine. It's
Yeah.
like, but it's just fine. It had like serviceable level 1, serviceable early play, serviceable finisher, and that's
Mhm.
it. It's all serviceable, and there's no like real crazy options that you had with it that like defines the top tier decks nowadays.
Holy crap! This Yui is $30.
What?
right,
the
look
one
at
with
the
the promo?
Yeah, I'm looking at the prices. Holy
Oh, no.
crap!
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It raised up in price then. Holy
Yeah,
crap.
it's
I think it was
$29.80.
2480 yen last time I checked it.
Holy crap!
Is it just because of the synergy with the one
It has to be because I don't see any other reason to play.
Yeah.
This card.
I mean, no, I think I know what happens is like what Angel Beats is a property that like people like for some reason. I'm not sure why, but they do.
Fuck
And-
you, 2D. Go ahead.
Okay, it was a very bad show. But
That-
anyway,
Go ahead.
that's beside the point. The point is, look at what got support in this set, and it's like most of these were either semi-functional to like just like they needed like one card to be good, like Charlotte. Angel Beats was so crippled. Angel Beats was on crutches, and they need every card they can get. And then the total price of a case is like kind of split in this game because it's usually 2 play sets.
Yeah.
So there's only so much like allocated value.
And you don't even have that for this because of all the double rares and stuff. It's like
Yeah.
similar to Real Life, so where you get like a play set and a half.
So I think it's like all the value in the set went on those couple cards.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. I'm not sure if that's right, but
Hmm. Let's see here, and then Oh, I mean, you brought this up earlier too, Carmen. Not in this cast, but I think when we were talking earlier. But Assault Lily got delayed. The anime.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the cards
The
are probably
Assault
getting
Lily
delayed?
anime got delayed. Yeah. I
Well,
saw it on.
it's a good
on
thing the booster
Facebook,
pack didn't get
actually.
announced yet.
Shout out to Audrey. I saw it on Facebook. It got delayed till
Fall.
October,
Yeah, fall.
I want to say. So at earliest, Assault Lily will be September. It hasn't had a release date announced for that reason.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was really excited for that set because The art on the TD was super sick. I have the TD right here. And I was like, damn, this Booster Red property, it's going to be good. It's as close as I'll get to a girls front line set in this game. So I bought up the TDs real quick, and then now everything's delayed. Oh, and the anime's by Shaft, too. So it's just like right up my alley. But going to wait so long for that, I guess. That's pretty unfortunate. Because, like, obviously, for the TD is all the promotional art, and then the set will be screen caps from the show like normal and additional promotional art. So without a show, there's no set to be made.
True. We all know what the real superior set is. Didn't we already figure this out in one of your you and Dean play each other? Lost Decade versus
Oh no. Yeah, I won by the skin of my teeth.
Lost Decade.
You mean
Pretty
stacked?
cool.
Yeah, he had so much hand. He had an 11-card hand.
Dean
Every
didn't
single
have a
turn.
lot of hand. Yeah.
It was all that 1-0 event.
The quips are really cool. TDs don't really facilitate you getting over hand size, right? But like, just the fact that you can like have like 5 extra hand at any time by just like markering under random cards on your board is pretty cool.
Let's your
So,
brainstorm
like-
sacks be even better.
Huh?
Your sacks on brainstorm are even better, right? Because you're just like,
Yeah.
just put these cards in there here.
The problem is you're going to be playing not a draw brainstorm in the real set, so it's going to be harder to sack your events. You're going to have to clock draw for them.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't know when the set actually comes out how I'm supposed to have 9 events in hand for when I go into my level 3 turn.
This is level
Just do it,
level
dude.
3. Every time you
Problem.
equip, you get a draw, right? So you just sack really hard, easy, right?
With the level 3.
Yeah, we're talking about the blue level 3, right? That has like 4 effects that trigger when you put all the cards
Yeah.
underneath it. Yeah, you get to draw 4 cards and you put 4 markers underneath.
Do you get? No, you don't get to draw.
Yeah, you do. It's every time you equip a card, you draw one,
No.
isn't it? Wait, now I gotta find this. I remember it being something really dumb. Hold on. Where is it? I'm on the Japanese website. When did they spoil that card? Oh, it's
It was
probably
a while ago.
It's probably under the product page itself. I remember if you had like all 4 characters, you get a draw for the number of markers underneath it, right, or something. Let me see. Oh my god.
That's
Oh,
not
here it
a
is.
thing.
Are you sure? On play.
100% sure.
Oh, you only get to draw 1. Oh wait.
What is this card? The level
blue
3,
level
like
3.
markers 3 on play, right?
Yeah. This card. Oh shit. Let's see. On play.
To White's tea time. I go.
Oh wait, you have a thing there. Where is this stuff?
Okay, 4 effects. If there's a blue marker, it gets 7,000 power. Yellow marker +1 soul. Choose up to when you play it. Choose up to 3 event cards from your hand. His name includes items. Show them to your opponent. Put it underneath this. Put this underneath those markers. Draw 1. Wait, for each card put underneath this card this way, draw 1.
Yeah.
So you draw 3.
You draw 3 on
Yeah.
play.
You put 3
Wait,
events
really?
under it and then draw
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't actually fully read it then. This card is horrendously strong. I cannot wait to play 13 events. 13 event Lost Decade, 4 of that 1/1 event, 9 equip.
Yeah. And then
I'm certain I remember reading this day one and I was like, this card's broken. Like, if they print more
Yeah.
equips and it seems like the entire set's based around equips, you just draw 3 every time you play this card. You just like cycle into like sacking people all day.
I
And
mean,
then that, like, half
the
your
yellow
equips
is
are
the
in
one
You have to
memory.
play
drop,
so
right?
many equips. I don't think you understand. And you can only have like 1 equip per character normally, which is like the big thing.
Yeah, this is an on play. You put up to 3 under it, and then for each one you put under it, you draw up to 1 card, and it has 3 effects based on the colors. The yellow one looks like it's the one you can skip. It's the one that gives it +1 soul.
You know, you can't skip that because that pushes damage. Because the yellow equip also gives a soul.
Oh, the red one is also ditch a card, burn 1 on attack. As long as you have a red marker under it, it just has that. You don't have to remove markers. It's just on attack, ditch a card, burn 1.
I can't wait to be compressed. Shove like my entire hand under these cards, and then stare at my hand that's just like climaxes and be like, "How did this happen?" I was so compressed, and I drew 9 cards from the top of my deck. How do I have 5 climaxes?
Gotta have that hand fixed, man. You're gonna have 11 cards a turn, so.
Yeah, because I remember like this set's art is already really good, and then on top of that, I remember when they spoiled this card, and I was like, this is really stupid. It was like no climax finisher that has like a bunch of crazy effects attached to it. It just seemed like really good. So yeah, I think you're gonna have no issues sacking your way into like 9 events into your hand, dude. You'll be fine.
Well, you're only
Figure it
gonna
out,
play 9.
Dean.
You're only gonna play 9.
You're only gonna play 9 events.
You're only gonna play 9 equips, and then you're gonna play 4 of the 1/1.
What's the 1/1?
Pay 1, top check 4, send to memory. If there's 2 in memory, they go back to grave.
Oh, and you
charge
bind
3.
stock one or stock charge. Yeah. Oh yeah, that equip or that event was really good too.
Now the problem is when you're playing 13 events,
You'll be
top
fine.
check 4, top check 4 might whiff.
You'll be fine. Dang, that top check only adds characters, not events. Also, for a set like
Yeah.
this, I feel like events would be really important. Oh, all right.
That is rough.
I guess that is kind of rough. Okay. Well, do you guys have anything else you guys want to talk about tonight before we move on to questions here?
Oh, I guess I'll throw out this random thing.
Mhm.
This new rhythm game came out.
Well,
Kit can probably tell you Kit can probably tell you the full name, but it's like 22/7. Yo,
Mhm.
I don't know how the hell Aniplex got away with this without being sued into the fucking ground from Bushiroad. This is
Literally,
just
Bang Dream.
literally copy pasta Bang Dream.
Except they made the flicks even worse.
Oh, let's not get started on the flicks, dude. The flicks are rage-inducing.
Yikes.
I played it today. It is basically straight up just Bang Dream mobile game except reskinned.
Yeah.
And then yeah, like I like some of 22/7's songs. Like they're all right and stuff. But
Some of their covers are pretty hype.
yeah, it's really funny that their mobile game is literally just Bang Dream. Is it? It's made
Yeah.
by the same company who made the Bang Dream mobile game, right?
It is not.
It's
Bang
not?
Dream is made by, I forget what it is, but what is it? 22/7 is made by Hand. I forget what Bang
Mhm.
Dream is made by.
Something.
Oh, Craft Egg.
Craft Egg?
Yeah.
Draft day.
Jesus, dude, how did they get away with that? What the heck? I thought they
I
were
don't
made by
know.
the same company, so I didn't even question it. I was just like, whatever. They were just really lazy when they made this.
They don't even have like any differentiation in the notes. Like at the very least, when you play like Cinderella Girls, Love Live, and all these other ones, there's some difference to it. But this is literally just copy paste.
Just Bang Dream.
Yeah.
That's really common with mobile games because they're all made like super cheap. Everyone's trying to like skimp out on production cost, and actually just any cost at all. They just want to milk their player base for gotcha rolls.
Got to get that cool JPEG of your waifu, dude.
Yeah, a lot of the what was it for again?
What
Was it
what do
just
you
like a random one that popped up, or was it
No, apparently it was
22/7
scheduled
wait,
out to be for a while.
22/7. The mobile
Because the
game?
22/7 is an idol group, right?
Yeah, it's an actual
I
idol group.
remember
And
seeing
they
like
have
an
an
article
anime.
on Crunchyroll from like December or something saying like some random ass mobile game was coming out, but like that's the only thing I saw about it.
I don't think that are they a big idol group? I don't know. I don't pay attention.
They've
to
been
idols.
around for a little while now. The one interesting thing about them is that they have one of their cast members is actually from Los Angeles. So
Oh, Salyamaki.
yeah, Salyamaki, and she has a YouTube channel where she's kind of like a VTuber-esque persona on there, but I don't think she updates it that much anymore.
22/7 seems pretty small. Their like biggest videos like 400,000 views. So they're not like they don't even break like anime opening tier.
Dang, and they even had an anime, so
Did they?
yeah, they did.
Yeah,
it
they
was
did.
last season, right?
I think so.
There was
on
advertisements
TV.
everywhere in Japan for it. I took some pictures of some. But yeah, I have it downloaded. I just never got around to watching it. But yeah, it's interesting that their Bang Dream knockoff is even a thing. But yeah, anything else you guys want to talk about before we jump into these questions here?
Nope.
Nope. All right. So as always, our first questions are taken from our supporters on Patreon. So thanks to everyone that does support this channel during these hard times where we have no news, no nothing, no events to report on or anything. It's tough. So our first question here is actually from Audrey. She asks, is Kurumi level 3 from Fujimi too unpredictable for competitive play? I forget what that card even does. I gotta go look it up.
Icy Tail.
Oh, it's Icy Tail?
It's Icy Tail. What is it? I forget which of the effects is.
The
I know
other
one of the
one is
effects
heal.
shuffle a climax back into your deck, right?
Or yeah, it's a defensive effect.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'll look up the
Pulling
exact
it up.
effect. Okay.
From my
So
understanding,
it
it's
is,
like
if there are 2 or less cards in clock, you can shuffle a climax back into your deck. If you have 3 or more cards, it becomes an Icy Tail.
Yeah, and it gets 3k power, so it's swinging at 13.5.
Yeah.
this card.
Why would you play this over
Yeah.
like everything? Is this like does this need a climax to do what it does?
Yeah.
Yes, it dupes itself. For one.
Yeah. So
from
for 3
deck.
stock, you get 2 3 soul beaters basically with the climax.
Yeah.
Um,
You
Yeah.
can pay 1 when you play it to spawn another one from deck.
And the climax combo is free, but it's inconsistent based on how much is in your clock.
As disgusting as everything else in this set is. Well, no, it's not though, Carmen.
It's not Data Live, it's Fujimi.
Oh,
it's the-
Yeah,
Fujimi.
it's Fujimi. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think Fujimi has any other kind of like better top ends, does it not?
Is that
oh, it
the?
doesn't play a top end, just play
Yeah.
standby.
It plays
they're like-
standby and then the neg soul counter.
mhm.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like any other cards with a finishing effect. Like I think like the
There's like a
Sento
clock
has
kick.
like a
Yeah.
claw kick. Yeah.
The what is it? The is this a zombie deck is a last shot
Burn-
style.
Mm.
Burn
Isn't it
4.
burn 4? Oh, I thought it was burn 4.
Yeah,
for
it's
some
a burn
reason.
4.
Yeah, it's pay 3, burn 4.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
also a heal to stock.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think Kurumi, like, Kurumi's a cool character, but it's definitely like, I'm looking here, like, what? Why is this card like listed at $30? What is it in GP? Is it
waifu
even-
tax.
Dude, that waifu tax is
It's
like
waifu tax.
crazy. What the heck? This card's
It's
like
waifu
$20 at most.
I can't blame any store. You make your money where
Yeah.
you can. People love Kurumi. Me myself included. But
Didn't you say you
know.
didn't even watch the show, or you didn't even like the show? You just
No,
liked
I
Kurumi?
don't like Data Live. I only like Kurumi. I don't like Data Live at all. I only like that character. For very obvious reasons. She has a gun. She has 2. But I think the problem with the Kurumi, because obviously, like, we're not even talking about the clock effect here. We're talking about that this is Icy Tail in English. What is Icy Tail out in English? Fate,
Nothing.
and that's it.
That's
Like
about it.
8-bar Fate, and that's it. Is that like the only deck right now in English where that effect is like
Relevant.
a lot more slanted in your favor to like be more meaningful? Because like against 8-bar Fate, Icy Tail is, for some decks is the only way for you to combat their deck at all. But like outside of that, I don't even tripling it. Like I don't see a place for it right now. Like for the effect, I might be wrong, but going forward, like it'll get better as we get more of this heavy compression deck. But right now, we only really have like one.
Card is $12 sold out in Japanese on the Ute.
Yeah. Waifu tax.
That waifu tax, yeah. And yeah, the effect sounds very mediocre. I mean, like, even with, Nico and I have a lot of experience with, what's her name from Relive? I'm blanking so hard on names right
Akira?
now. Yeah, Akira. Like, doing it twice.
Oh, dude,
is-
I love hitting double Icy Tail and hitting no climaxes. It's
Yeah.
the best feeling.
it's just so inconsistent. It's like, usually at most, you're like, this effect's probably going to ping for 1. 1 to 2 is like on average, right? And that's like when you mill 8 cards, basically. So, like, yeah, this effect seems very lackluster.
Shout outs to UA for shouting out his store in the
Damn,
chat.
that dude, that hustle.
Buy your Fujimi
You gotta
foils that
respect it.
Strictly broken. Yeah.
SBTCG, best store, best
Oh,
white store,
man.
NA.
Mhm.
Can confirm. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much competition, right?
Yeah.
NA.
They're
It's got
pretty
like
good.
You have
one or two
like
other competitors.
Strictly Broken, and you have like what's it called? Like TCG Player. It's like there's a lot of random like stuff posted up there. Where else do you actually?
I heard you can send an email to this one other site to order cards. That's pretty cool.
Okay,
That's
to
good.
be fair, I think I ordered from them like 3 times. I've not had any issue. I do think it's a really archaic method in their design.
No, I mean,
use a lot of work, but I have had 0 issues with my stuff getting delivered properly.
I really got to thank them in terms of like, you know, underground Weiss software development. It's been really cool that their HTML is so bare bones that I can just rip the information I need to straight off the site. So it's been really convenient for me. I've also ordered from them. It's not bad. I just I have a lot of strong opinions about what used to be very blatant price setting done by this shop in question.
Yeah.
And for that, we love SBTCG. They're doing it right.
Yeah.
They do it the right way. They do it by demand.
All right.
That's the way to do it.
Enough dick sucking here. All right.
Instead of just having.
Hey, I'm just speaking the truth. I've ordered from everywhere.
UA. What's going on, dude?
Yeah.
All right. Our next question is from Tony. For a Data Live, Kurumi level 3 or Yoshino level 3, and why? This assumes you don't big brain a deck with both.
I think it's Kurumi right now. Yoshino's really strong.
What does Yoshino do? I don't remember.
It's early
Side
play.
attack free.
Early play, you can side attack for free, and then it has
the
you
minus
can
soul,
move
right?
2 characters and it negs souls if you climax comboed.
Ooh, spooky. What the heck? Yeah, you just big brain and play them both. I don't care.
Don't worry, dude. They're gonna give the set a climax swapper because
I think they already got one, didn't they?
Oh, did they?
You're set. 3-3-2 split, guys. We're done.
Yeah, 3-3-2.
That's the deck. 3-3-2.
Only 2 gold bars.
Or 4-2-2. Probably 2 standby, 2 bar. 4 choice for the Coterie level 1. And you play that event. You play that event, so you just get whatever level 3 character you need.
You trigger choice, and you're just like, guess I'm not playing choice combo this game. Picks up the gold bar combo.
That set is going to be so wild to build in if these cards keep up the same way as that first initial reveal, especially with these cards that do multiple things on one.
You don't even need much else at this point, right? Like,
well, just like, how many single sets are there out there in Weiss? Because I don't count the Fujimi cards because they're not going to be barely relevant to the deck. In terms of how I see it being built out.
Yeah.
But like, how many one-set sets have toolboxy 3-3-2 style builds? How many decks?
million life.
One set. Million life.
Steins Gate.
Does Albuta have like a
consistent
option?
ones. I mean, like, they have 2 sets. Now they do.
Isn't that just tied to if you have like an efficient climax swapper? You can do like 3-3.
Grisaya does. Grisaya's another one.
You can do 3-3-2 GGO. You can do 3-3-2. Like as long as you have a climax swapper, I think you have the ability to do it. The problem is
the ability to do it.
What is your payoff for that, right? Like, what is your actual
payoff? You have to have strong enough profiles in 2 different like archetypes at your top end, right? To want to try to go for that. That
you're willing to sacrifice the consistency. Yeah. And also like put the bigger burden on you as the player. So you can't just drool on your cards and like initiate gameplay in every game.
Yeah, it definitely takes a lot more thinking involved in those. But like every time I feel like like we talked about this before, like I think climax swappers are just like, I don't want to say inherently busted, but like they let you be greedy as hell, and like that greed as like being a very solid player like gives you crazy payoffs in the end.
Yeah, I mean, just look at Grisaya. Some of their strongest builds that you see coming out, because they have an extremely good climax swap. That was like the first one set that comes to mind that gets a big payoff from going weird climax swaps or climax
splits.
Splits. That's what I was looking for. Because their climax swaps like on play top check 2 rearrange, like an incredibly good effect, especially in this deck with standby to set up triggers or just trigger clean in general. So I don't know. I think Data Live will probably end up being something like that. Some of these cards are ridiculous. Even with the card that we've seen, I could see myself running some split of standby, choice, and bar, which sounds like a hellscape of a climax lineup, but it does sound pretty funny.
All right. Okay, and I think that is it for the Patreon questions. We have the normal questions here from Discord. First one from our resident biggest fan, Ollie, on Discord. How do I save Angel Beats? Apparently,
You gotta get
you
that
buy
$30
this.
promo.
You buy $30 promo, and you probably
You
stick
put it
4 in
down.
your deck. And you got to max rarity the deck too. Max rarity gives higher chance to cancel as well as draw the cards you need when you need a top deck. I think that's how you do it.
Well, like, so right now, what's Angel Beats really missing? Because it's like
It has
they
like
didn't
really
get
good
they
deck
didn't get a
speed.
good level 1 combo, but it got an okay-ish level 1 combo.
Yeah.
It has early plays. It has a finisher. It's got like the 1-0 Kanade that gives your entire board hand encore still pretty fucking busted.
Mhm.
So
And we've already seen because we did the cool set review.
shut the
We
fuck
have-
up.
God
we
damn it!
We have turn one.
I don't remember that set review very well.
Now that we have standby, you can turn one standby alpaca.
That wasn't in AB though, was it? That was in Kudwafter?
Kudwaffer, it goes with Angel Beats.
True.
Only
Great.
certain cards.
What cards have animal traits so you can get double alpaca off every turn?
Yeah.
We're not
Oh.
sure about that.
Oh no, you played the.
Because
You
we have
played
to do
the.
more set reviews.
Oh, you're right. I forgot. You can't
No,
play
no.
a little Buster's card in there.
Oh no.
Otherwise, you play the one of the card that bounces back to your hand for 1 stock. That is animal
Yeah.
trait.
Well, because when you have double alpaca back row, you just stock charge one every turn. Combos.
Broken. All right, so you just spend more money, and that's how you save Angel Beats. Apparently, I don't know. Like Nico
Ollie,
said,
what do you mean you need better utility at 0? You got this dank $30 promo we talked about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No. You have to wait till level 1 to use that. If you use that at level 0, you're negging value.
You're right.
Oh, you're right.
You are.
And it's
Uh,
not. It's technically a 1-0.
It's like a spammable brainstorm that's even shittier. I don't understand that card. Like, I don't know like how crippled this set has to actually be to where people are like, I'm going to spend $30 on this card so I can hand encore and nuke all of my stock. Also, the set doesn't even get stock, right? Because it's like
it's a
shove all your
dank
cards in
interaction
memory.
though. At least.
Yeah, you have to pay for everything to go to memory. How to
Yeah. So how are you supposed to have
You,
stock?
you have stock.
You just do it 3 times a turn. That's all you need, right? To find 3 playables. You play
doesn't
multiple
even play
copies of it,
It's
so you
just
can
like
slam in-
Konosuba,
Yeah,
except you go even the whole game.
easy. All right, we got Type Moon in Discord here. I assume they're a Type Moon fan as they have Saber in their profile picture. Which Konosuba top end do you think is better, the old stock soul or the new gate? Old combo has more reach and digs for climax, but new combo heals and gives you a reasonable chance of seeing another turn if you don't kill.
I'm on the train for the new combo, just because like the package overall is kind of, I wouldn't say better, but like the early play union's pretty busted. Sucks that you're probably not playing the resonate in the new stuff, but they gave you a brainstorm to compensate.
Yeah, the resonate's like so powerful. Like if you play the old Mega Man, it's clearly you're playing it because of the resonate. The old Mega Man, like
I mean, you can still technically play it, right? You would just play like 2 or something like that of the Mega Man target.
I hate doing that. I feel like that's wasted slots so much. Like every time I've done that, I just feel really bad about it. And my favorite part is when you Ricky for it, and the second one goes to your clock as you Ricky, and you're like, cool. But like before in the beginning, like my argument was that the old stuff, it just seems better because there's like a lot more. The digging power just seemed really powerful. Resonate seems really powerful. Stock Soul seems fine. Stock Soul combos would resonate very well. And like you already have another 1-0 combo, so you have a double level 1 combo game going on. I haven't tested the Konosuba stuff yet, the new stuff. I'm actually gonna do it this weekend because Nico's gonna be coming over. We'll probably stream some matches and stuff this weekend, and I'll probably try to put Konosuba together and see how it goes. I'm still on the train that the new Mega Man combo sucks, or it doesn't suck, but it's like not as good as Union if you can play the Union instead.
Mm-hmm.
My as somebody who doesn't even play Konosuba, my assessment of the new stuff is like, yeah, you have this early play healer which kind of helps your plan, but like your top end now requires double clock kick to really like go off instead of single clock kick. So you need to find extra like cards on your opponent's board. while at the same time you've now slotted in a card that helps you win board and helps your opponent crash. So isn't it just like easier to counterplay the new combo?
A little bit, yeah.
I think the biggest thing about the new combo, like I don't even know why this is like part of the new combo, I guess, is that the early play that the set got like just made both decks really good. Because before, Aqua just felt like an okay card. You can only like field one of it, the Aquas, if you want to try to go like ham at level 2 if you have the stock to do it, and like heal down and like swing in with like 2 soul beaters. But now with the new Union early play, that's really easy. And the new Union early play has Hand Encore, which like Nico and I are quite aware of this. Like Hand Encore on a level 3 that has 2 soul and then does other stuff like is really good. Like Relive like proved that like this scrying level 3, like you just slam right at 2-0. You just like look at your opponent and go, you've lost the game. Like I just sit here every turn and get a scry like multiple times is like really powerful.
It doesn't lose the game immediately because sometimes you ply it down and you're just like, it's a lot of damage I'm taking. I'm scrying and I'm still taking damage. What's happening?
True, but yeah, I mean, like now that it has like this better level 2 sustainability, I just makes the Konosuba like really powerful at level 2. I think the top ends are like relatively similar. The biggest plus side to the new Megaman combo is that, like we've said before, is that it opens up extra slots in your deck, right? Because you can play less Megaman level 3s. You can play you don't have to play the Aqua level 3. What is it?
Actually, to counterpoint that, don't you technically have more slots? Because now, before, like, your old slot was, like, Union Resonate and the Megamine, and then that comprised your, like, quote-unquote finishing power. But now you're playing the Union early play, you're playing the Megamine, and then since you don't have an advantage engine anymore, you're slotting in Brainstorms. So...
Well, your advantage engine before was a 4-up anyway, right? So...
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's the biggest thing is that you just play less. You can play less level 3s now, so you just have you have more slots to fit tech cards in, or if you can go ham with like just a big array of early plays of mix of Aqua and Union, stuff like that. I think that's like the biggest advantage of that. That and playing 8 gate is like always good no matter what for the most part, unless there's like anti salvage running around.
But isn't a gate just the same as a double soul trigger? As far as card economy?
Oh, because of the brainstorm.
No, because the 1 damage is half a plus.
Oh, get out of here, Dean. I hate
Shut
this
the
game.
fuck up.
I have no further thoughts on Konosuba.
Honestly, I think the one card that a lot of people are sleeping on is I legitimately think the Aqua level 3 is really, really powerful.
Move your mic closer, Kit. You're
yeah, dude, I don't know what's going on. I have it set up on my computer.
The Aqua Finisher?
Yeah, I think the Aqua Finisher is legit.
The Aqua Finisher is very good.
I almost feel like you don't even play...
People are sleeping on it.
I don't know what's going on. Something's taking control of my mic volume, and I have it set up on Windows to not take control. Like, don't let anything take control of this. But something's doing it.
Discord's really aggressive with that stuff.
Oh,
I would put money on Discord.
I removed all that stuff from Discord, but I don't know. I'll look into it later again.
Your struggle.
But yeah, I don't think I can say any more about this set than I've already said. I hate everything about it, and I can't wait to buy my playset.
Baby rage.
Baby rage. I do think the new combo is gonna be better solely because of what Kit said. The fact that you can run like 3 and 3 at the top. You don't have to run Fumio, or you can run 1 if you want the hard Fumio. Like, or, you know, it's like it opens up more spots because like the set does have massive utility that you just didn't have space to play before. So it lets you like spread out even further and answer more diverse sets of decks other than, you know, you already don't care anyway. All you do is flip your coin at your opponent, and sometimes they die.
Yeah, you wait 5 turns or something, and then you go, "Here's my coin flip." Oh,
yep.
I got heads. I won. But
yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a lot to explore in the movie set, and unfortunately, because there's literally no events happening in Japan, there's no events happening in America, there's no events happening in Europe. No one has put the time or effort into like looking deeper into Konosuba to find that really greedy list that, like, you know, it's obviously somewhere in there. like I said, I legitimately think Aqua might be the best level 3 for Konosuba, going into like a more greedier game plan instead of like the magic game plan. But I mean, I guess we'll see. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, as far as those two combos go, they're almost equal. Like, right? It just depends what you want out of them.
It's actually a bit surprising. Did Konosuba even make it into that recent Japanese invitational tournament that they had?
There was 2 people playing it, I believe, and then I don't think. God, I can't remember if any of them made the top cut.
I don't think Konosuba made top cut. They were like Saikano, Love Live, and like Slime.
I think there was one Konosuba that made like top 4.
No, I thought it was all Saikano.
There was 2 Saikano. I know there was 2 Saikano. There was both Love Lives in the top as well, because both Love Live decks are like really strong, or Sunshine decks, I should say. Man, I don't know.
I think there was an 8 standby in there, but like the deck that won the event.
Yeah, 8 standby was in there for sure. The Summer Pockets Sunshine was in there. That's what won the event.
Yeah, Summer Pockets Sunshine. That's what it was.
Yeah, Rintaro like didn't have tech to beat standby or like early play level 2s. Like what I play, because I have to deal with that shit all the time. So like, unfortunately, I think Saikano. That's how Saikano like falls off, basically.
What do you mean? You just side Shiroha.
Dude, at some point, you just start not triggering. Like, you're like, oh, I lose this game now.
He didn't run the Aerie?
No. He plays the what is it? The boring girl. What's her name? I always forget her name. Kato. Yeah, Kato Power Pump.
Oh,
Yeah, I like the Edity a lot more.
The Aerie is stupid. The first time I got hit by that card, I was like, this card's so fucking unfair. Why am I being punished for playing my level 2 character early?
Yeah, it's like a 1-0 that's like gets the
cool
14k power, and you just look at your opponent and go,
you just go like,
fun with that, dude.
Are you cheating?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Wait, what was the question? What were we even talking about? Well, how did we get here?
What chaos top end do you think is better?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and there's going to.
Oh, well, then we're talking about JP, right? Because in English, I think it's definitively the new one, because it makes your only quote unquote disadvantage matchup no longer as disadvantage. I think it's just straight better.
Oh yeah, in English, I think.
In English, it's just better because it's better against AOT.
Yeah, you get to play 8 gate. You get and like you open up a couple extra slots in your deck. It just it's probably better overall.
Yeah, it's just better for English straight up because of the popularity of AOT.
Actually, in English, do you just play the new Megumin level 1 combo then?
Probably. It depends on the popularity of AOT when we get to that point, right? And for that first season, we'll have no idea because it'll be a shit show. And we were talking about this before too. It's like we're gonna get to that first event when we start going to stuff again, and it's gonna be a garbage fire. You're gonna have no idea what's going on. So yeah, if the popularity of AOT goes down, you might see more Union. Because I do agree with Kit. I do like the idea of running the old Union. I think it's better for no matter what top end. It's better for the deck strategy in JP, but in English, you just probably play the new one.
I just want to kind of rebuttal what you just said. I think every like regional has its own meta, and it's kind of a shit show as it is anyway. You're right. I
just think in general, right now, but like if the past is to be believed as like some sort of metric, I think that when you're going to see more AOT, the current Megumin top end is worse because it targets.
You don't even see a lot of AOT right now. You just saw like one guy entered the tournament topped with AOT, got first place because it's that much fucking stronger.
Still a very popular deck.
I remember.
It didn't really have high play rates though.
In Chicago, I just remember. Was it Sunshine had a crazy representation in Chicago. I remember
Sunshine always does.
I don't understand how, but
it's a helmet deck. It's a helmet deck.
Yeah, that's why I play it, dude. I just go
throw your helmet on, high roll.
Let me just turn this card sideways and see these level 3s.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Oh man. I don't know. I guess we'll see as whenever the competitive circuit like redevelops again. It'll be really interesting to see how wild it'll be. It'll definitely be like kind of like the wild wild west among a lot of the top players going in. We're just gonna come in with whatever we feel is most comfortable and what we think is most powerful, right? So
yeah, it'll be wild to go to the first event.
All right. DJ Cream asks, "What's the last property you watched slash played, then immediately went out and bought the corresponding Weiss set? I watched Albuda during Car Expo and bought 4 boxes that Sunday. I remember you posting on Twitter buying those boxes, and I think you pulled. I remember you pulling an SP or something. But yeah, what about you guys? Anything like that?
The last show that I watched, enjoyed, and then just said, I need this set.
Oh no, Batman Ninja.
What? No, I hated that. I ordered those boxes before. That movie was dog shit. Literally, this is how devoid this game is for me. It was Kimono Friends. There's not been a single IP released since Kimono Friends that I legitimately thought this is a good show. Cannot wait to get cards. And everything else has just been like, this has a picture I like on it. It's usually English stuff. I actually don't even buy Japanese sets really, except for like ReZero.
You bought, I think, like Million Live may have been like one of
I
the last
don't
ones,
even
right?
know. I don't know like 90% of those girls. I've never seen them in my life. I couldn't tell you the name of half of those characters, even the ones in my deck. I only know the 765 girls. So yeah, like I don't know. Maybe one day we'll get some cool thing like a Kakushi Goto set, or I don't know, maybe a cool.
That would be hype. That would be hype.
some IP like maybe we'll get like a Seton Academy set or something. I don't know.
Christ.
I'm just waiting for a show that I watch and enjoy. Considering the fact I watch like 4 to 5 shows a season, you think that they would like hit one in like 2.5 years, but they're pretty good at dodging me.
You have a different flavor in anime team.
Huh?
Yeah.
When I'm watching 30 shows a year, you think like you think that they'd hit one of them, but they make sure.
Oh man. What about Nico? What about you?
Shit. I don't actually think I've had a show specifically that I was just like, man, this is such a good show. I need to buy the Weiss set because like,
Goblin Slayer.
I guess that's like the only one. But like, I read the light novel, so it's like I don't even know if that
Does that
counts.
count?
I think that counts. You like read it into the property and you're like, oh, this is sick, and then it got into Weiss set and you're like, put me down.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess Goblin Slayer would be the best example. It's like I wanted to say Symphogear, but like I watched Symphogear before I got into Weiss, so but don't buy
So
Symphogear,
wait.
by the way. Symphogear's bad.
So was the requirement here for you to have seen the show and the Vice set have existed already? And then you
Either
had to
that or like
buy it?
I think it's either way, because like
Either way.
yeah. I mean, once we get into the game, like you're always aware of what's coming out, right? So
Yeah. They make sure you know
yeah.
what's coming out. This game has a pretty aggressive release schedule. It's about as aggressive as Magic, like effectively.
Does Magic come out with a set like every 2 weeks? Because Vice is overwhelming.
In terms of the amount of cards, I think it's fairly similar in terms of how quickly new sets come out. But in terms of individual set like products, Weiss is unbelievably aggressive. But it's a game where you can naturally pick and choose, so I guess it mitigates it a bit. As for me, I guess it would have to be Assault Lily, right? I saw it and I was just like,
It doesn't have a show yet.
You haven't even seen the show. Shut the hell up. Pick something else.
what? Pick something else.
Yeah.
I don't.
Carmen has every deck, so he can literally
Well,
say
no.
anything.
I was gonna say when I got to it, it would have to be that because I typically do not buy sets based on whether or not it's anime I like or not at all. Like I don't buy. I don't buy. Not even that. It's just like I don't see the point on buying things that are either uninteresting to play or just literally worse at doing that than something else at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. If I want to buy something from an anime I like, I have plenty of other things I could buy than Weiss cards. So like, yeah, I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. I know I'm not that stance is not common in our community.
All right. For me, it was Konosuba. I watched Konosuba and I was like, this is the best shit ever. And then there was a set announced, and then I bought 5 cases and posted on
Shit.
Facebook that I had a lot of play sets to sell. Day 1 max rarity was great. And continue to suffer for that as I have to keep buying more Konosuba foils.
Konosuba.
The slippery
Yeah,
slope.
how's re-edit going?
I bought okay, so I'm not obviously I haven't bought the climaxes yet, but I'll get them eventually once the price drops.
The rainbow rares, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get my last foreclosure event. That's what I'm missing those actually. 2 foreclosures and like 1 level 0 aqua or something, which is I'm like really looking for. But I haven't been searching because I've been so engrossed into the best online TCG ever, Shadowverse. Also,
my
the best
yeah.
anime.
It's so fun. You finish your dailies, and then you're like, wow, I want to die. And so you close the game.
Pretty much.
I always love like sitting in calls with Dean as he's doing his Shadowverse dailies. It's like the funniest shit
It's
ever.
become
Like the
way
most
painful.
depressing thing for me.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
You
You
Wait,
can
like,
tell
daily
he's
ritual at
like
this point.
hating the game.
Yeah, it's
like,
just
he's
like,
like,
what do you
I gotta
mean?
do my dailies, man. I gotta get the gold.
Gotta get that gold, yeah.
Like
Oh.
Daryl's right in chat,
Oh,
man.
God.
Shadowverse on Switch. Are you guys hype or what?
Oh no!
I'm gonna buy it.
no,
It's
wait,
gonna
they have
be
anime
bad.
exclusive. Wait, so that's actually it's like the Yu-Gi-Oh games where it's gonna only use the cards from the anime,
Oh
and
no.
they have like custom cards that they're making for it.
Oh, I'll play that. I'll play that.
Because there's
I'll play
several
that.
reveals for it. It's gonna be so bad.
I mean,
Yeah,
they can't
it's pretty
actually put
awesome.
the cards from the anime into the game because the cards from the anime are so fucking bad.
No,
Like,
they
they-
are.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
you're
would
saying
never
they can't
be
put them into the real game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
They
this
can't
one-
actually put them into the game.
think-
They're so fucking bad.
Do you
This one's
think
hype.
that
I'll play
side
this.
games isn't beyond putting the like shittiest pack filler where like you pull a legendary, you're like this is worse than a bronze? How's it happen?
I can't wait to pull Ignis Dragon in the next fucking set. You'll be like, oh,
No, they'll buff him. They'll
fucking
buff
flame
him.
your card.
They'll buff him. He won't be able to take damage from spells or effects, and he won't be able to be destroyed by spells or effects either. So like, unless they like have the Evo to clear him, he'll just deal like 15 damage.
It's a fucking 3/5.
Oh man.
No, it's like a fucking 10 when it attacks. What?
Yeah, no, because I think it like gets a free Evo or something, but the card's a fucking 3/5, right? I don't know.
It
I don't
doubles
pay that
attack
much
when he
attention to
swings.
the Shadowverse anime.
It gets
Because
plus 5
the Shadowverse
attack when he
anime
hits
doesn't
base.
pay attention to itself.
Why are we talking
Yeah.
about this shit? Jesus
It's
Christ.
a good
When
anime.
it- when
Everyone can
Shadowverse-
watch
man.
Shadowverse anime. It's actually terrible. It might be one of the worst shows.
It
I've
is
ever
pretty
seen.
bad.
Okay, what's better? Rush duels?
Rush Duels.
Like
Rush
Evans?
Duels.
Rush Duels
Rush
is
Duels
Rush
is hype.
Shadowverse.
Rush Duels
Rush
knew exactly
Duels
what
is
they were
hype.
supposed to
I
do.
like Yu-Gi-Oh! 7.
Every episode is Top Deck Central. Top
Yeah.
Deck. Every
That's
episode
his
is the
road.
hypest
That's
shit
his
ever.
road, dude.
Like
That's why
Shadowverse,
It's his road.
Shadowverse, every episode, it's like the MC is like, I'm losing because I'm incompetent. However, I'm gonna top deck my one of, and it's gonna be hype. Rush Duels is like, I'm a sack. Watch this, kids. Ooh, I know this one type because I play 7 different types in my deck. 6 are in the grave. I know 7. I'm gonna sack the shit out of this kid. Oh, we did it! Woo!
Oh my god.
Good.
You know
It's
what's
a good show. I
one
like
thing?
that
One thing
show a
that's
lot.
bad about the Shadowverse anime is when I watched it with you guys. I think it wasn't until like episode 3 that or 3 or 4 I realized you guys. I was like, why does this guy keep screaming in the matches? And then someone told me like he plays dragon. He's now in overflow. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
The little red overflow, dude.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
flavor.
oh my god.
Oh my god, dude.
I was I was probably confused because I saw dragons on the board, and usually I see trees on the board when I play dragons. So. But yeah, oh man, okay. I think that is it for this week. We have one announcement. Once this is wrapped up and everything, our Overlord review should go live. That'll go live. So if you guys want to listen to our beautiful voices more, that'll be up. It's like oh crap, that was like a long review. It was like an hour and 40 minutes or something. We
Yeah,
literally
please.
go through everything in that set and talk about the deck and all that. So that'll be a fun listen for you guys to do on a jog or something. But besides that, you guys got any shout outs? I guess start with Carmen as always.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Weiss Schwarz. You know where to find us on YouTube. We have our brand new video series, Rush Rundowns.
I watched those. Those are pretty good.
Yeah, we put a lot of work into them. We're pretty proud of them. They're going to come out. They're coming out in chronological order of English Weiss sets. So we started with Disgaea, and we have Madoka, and then we're going to go up from there. And we're going to do 2-week Mondays and Wednesdays. Build deck techs on Fridays. We also did Memory Snow. Memory Snow will be all up starting tomorrow. We had Ollie on for that, so you guys can check that out. I'll put the playlist link in competitive. You guys can find that. And then we're doing Slime set review with the Ryan Wibberley.
The Ryan Wibberley.
Yeah, we're going to start recording that next week. I'm sure we'll get into it, so I don't know if we'll be able to get through it all that night, but we're going to get through that as quickly as we can, get that up there, because I know people are hyped for Slime. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I always love any cast that has Ryan on. Ryan's always like very well spoken about his thoughts, so it'll be a good listen.
I'm really excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, Nico, you got anything?
Nope. Got nothing.
All right, Dean?
Maybe a deck tech for me with key stuff. That's about it.
There is this cool channel called Burn One, and we keep doing these really good set reviews.
Shut the fuck up.
I really enjoy them.
He loves them.
They're so bad. Only when it's bad cards. As soon as we're doing like real set reviews, it's like a set I don't care about. I'm like, whatever. But when we're reading and it's like, this is a vanilla with a demerit, I'm like, yeah, this is good set. I like it.
I really like this flavorful Ricky card from Cood Wafter.
Yeah,
it's like every day.
Yeah,
Man.
I like these really bad sets.
Oh my god.
I have no idea why people are watching them. I kind of wish
They
we
keep
were
requesting
more.
new stuff.
I don't know how this happened. Like, I was like, we're going to do one and no one's going to comment and we'll be done. And then this is like, we're on to our fourth one now. Why do
we're
people...
going to do one tonight. Don't worry, guys.
Hell no, dude.
Right after the call.
Dean is like,
Hell no.
every single day. Every day. It's like set review. New set review. We got to do.
If it was up to me, we would have 7 set reviews a week. We'd have one every day until we got the.
Dean, please.
And then we don't have to do them bi-monthly.
It's so painful.
Oh, man.
Well, we got to get caught up. There's so many.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
All right. I guess it leaves me, Burn One as usual. If you guys enjoy our content, thanks for sticking around, watching our stuff. Thanks for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, you should subscribe because why not? I guess. I don't know. Throw us a like and stuff like that. Also, like we said earlier in the cast, this is really good VN called 9-9. You guys should go download it. It's on Steam. And you should play it. And then you should play the second episode and tell us how the Emoto is the best character in the series until the third and fourth episode come out, and that'll probably change our mind somehow, maybe. But
9-9 is bad. Just play Monster Girl Quest.
God damn it. But yeah,
Dean, I can't even take half the things you tell me seriously anymore.
Yeah, you make
I don't even
this
think I
lethal
can tell you the
Caliburst.
visual novel recommendation you gave us after we're just like, hey, Dean, you should play 9-9, and you're just like, no, you should play
Just
this
like, no.
other PN instead.
Yeah,
And
you
then
should
told
play
me the
this one.
text, and I'm just like, oh my god, what's wrong with you?
Look. I don't know anything about it. I just know I like the art, and that we're gonna go off of that. I'm a simple man.
All right, guys. I guess we'll end everything on that. Hopefully we'll see you guys next week if we figure out what we're going to talk about. Otherwise,
I don't know, Kit. What are we going to talk about?
Dude, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I get my stuff done, then we can maybe talk about it. If not, I have another meme topic we can do that always riles up everyone, so we might do something with that. Otherwise,
I do love tier lists.
Oh no, he figured it out already. Otherwise.
With all those results. All those results
are good. They really tell us where everything belongs. I guess with that, though, guys, we'll see you later.